I wanna narrate a little story, and I'm not going to say whether this is a fictional story or factual events, but suffice it to say, it's a story, and anybody that looks at this video, you can interpret that. You can interpret it any way you want to, because I really don't give a shit. So anyway, say a young man who has previous who had previous interest in occult type stuff, decides that whatever. He sends a letter to certain people requesting a scholarship for college to go into the field of technological research and development, with the idea, based on what he learned from looking into it, that the organization would pay for the college and the training, and then that person would work for that organization in that field, technological research and development, and so forth and so forth, for his career choice. And the individual gets a letter back after, not a letter, but he gets something back from this organization after a couple of weeks. And it's a big manila envelope. And he opens up the manila envelope and pulls out what appears to be a bookbinder folder with basically advertising on the front for this organization. And on the inside, nothing. Just like an empty folder. That's it. And then black cars with black windows start appearing outside the house. And this person mentions things to his parents. And they just, well, that's odd, but whatever. And they're just whatever. There are people out there doing whatever. So this person joins the army and picks whatever, MOS, whatever. And when he gets to his duty station, because of his interests and things, looks up certain people, certain organizations, whatever. Just looks things up in local news, whatever, news sources, whatever, and finds an individual listed who claims to be this, da-da-da, of that, da-da-da-da-da, who offers classes. So he makes contact with this individual, and just to shorten the narrative a little bit, over the course of time, that the individual becomes, kind of part of the little group there, and with this person that he found in the news source, and he starts having problems. Well, it's not related. It's just whatever. The dorsal sacs in his knees start kind of like getting inflamed, kind of like arthritic, and they shut down, and then the knee joints kind of deteriorate, and so forth and so forth, and his chain of command starts treating him like shit, accusing him of faking, accusing him of writing sick call, doing all kinds of fucking, psychological bullshit, infantry games, whatever they call it. Starts finding every excuse they can to give him an Article 15, whatnot. So anyway, so it comes time, the person gets a medical discharge, and then stays in Alaska, or whatever, to his duty station, and because he committed to this group or whatnot, and being a young person, and growing up kind of sheltered from the world, and I'm not going to go into that, but it's kind of like, and not that he's stupid, he's just not knowledgeable about things because he's been sheltered all his life. Okay, um, so he basically believes because he's like so gung ho about things, that he just believes everything that these people tell him. And the leader of this, the person that he contacted, is the leader of all this, tells him that there's an there it's old da 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 way that after 13 moons, past 13 times, individuals considered for to be an adult, and and being that the cult leaders kind of brainwashed, and I'm not saying I was like brainwashed or whatnot, but I just accepted it. That this thing was not under the law of the land, the da da da, because it's just whatever. But you're supposed to adhere to that law, not other laws of other people outside that thing. So he tells me this thing, and I believe it. And he said straight face is serious too. So I don't know if I didn't know if he was joking or whatnot. So anyway, so through just like he likes to go out and party and whatever. And meets a young female, and the young female says that she's a certain age, but she looks a little younger. But you kind of guess what age she is, like around 15ish, like that, 14, I don't know. But anyway, and he's about 21 at the time. Okay, so it's not like But anyway, so he brings the girl home and is hanging out, da 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 da, and nothing happens. Okay, just want to make this clear. Absolutely nothing happens. Okay, physically. But one of the female members of the group, kind of like sees you, kind of like comes in your room to ask you something, and looks at you and looks at the girl, and then looks at you, and the look. He just looks at you for a minute, and the look that she gives you, you can communicate it in that just brief second. It communicated something to me, and at that moment, I'm like Vince. At that moment, I realized, I was being bullshitted. Okay, and not that I was going to do anything with not that this person was going to do anything with this girl, but anyway, just the look, it's just I didn't like the look. I didn't like it. It felt like the person didn't say the person didn't like the look, and it made him feel like like an idiot for believing something, and like holy shit, and he's thinking, what the hell am I, a perv? So anyway, after the woman asks him, what she wanted to ask him, and leaves, he puts the girl in a cab, sends her home, has no, just, that's it, da da da. And through the course of things, throughout the course of things, red flags popping up. Decides to leave the group. And there's also other things going on. Having been the individual is accused of a crime. And no, it didn't happen. Either a crime happened and that person wasn't the party, or it was all made up. See, I don't know. I don't know exactly when did this program, this Well, anyway, so anyway, through the course of things, he kind of believes that maybe all that was all set up. Anyway, but so if anybody was to want to punish this person for anything of that nature, um, for one thing, he didn't do anything. Okay, and also they might want to consider going to the person that filled that person's head with the bullshit that led them to think it might be okay to to hang out with young girls of that age, and go to the source of that information that person that individual got that from, who is probably among your numbers, um, and and uh, and focus your aggressions in that nature area, not on the person that was the victim of disinformation or misinformation and misguided loyalties, and then focus your aggressions on the actual older the actual perv, because this individual is always like looking for pussy, the one that told the other one da da da, the one that was met in the news source. This individual was just no good. But anyway, you might want to you might want to focus your hostile behavior on that individual, and not the misguided, misinformed young person who was not well versed in worldly ways, having been sheltered all his life from the world, basically, and the real world, whatever. Uh, so yeah, there you go. So you can interpret that any way you want to. So as far as I'm concerned, that person that he can go fuck himself, and all his friends can go fuck themselves, and anybody else that has taken part, every single person every single person that has engaged and cooperated with this program from the very beginning, y'all can go fuck yourselves.